It's sort of like, it sort of filters into you, the first rumba that you play, drumming and stuff just like shakes you.
Comienza el proceso de salsificación sabatina aquí mismito WSB con el Felepito, su salsero favorito.
Where I do some of my production work, man.
77 we went on air because I went on air here 1 year after they went on air. Went on air in June of went FM in June of 77, and I came on in October.
Being Puerto Rican, and they're not being Puerto Rican, being neither a nation or a state or whatever, sort of lends itself to someone having a duality when they're just in their conception of their association with a nation, state, or geographical spot.
That's my man.
I look to mix things. I want to get some of the classic salsa stuff, from the salsa boom days.
Yes, first of all, thank you for taking the time and coming on the show.
The original theme was Bobby Pauneto's from Pauneto's Point. It was called Heavy on the Bacon.
I know you're part of that project that's moving Colombian music forward, infusing it with with rock and jazz and all sorts of things. Primarily jazz, I think, no?
In Queens, in a library, we're doing a series of educational sort of workshops.
Excellent. That's www.folcloreurbano.com, you say, right?
Yes.
Okay, great, man. Well, listen, we'll be looking forward. First of de nuevo, te felicito. This is a great work, man,
How do you develop as a musician? I mean, you were born in Colombia, no?
We mentioned the tunes, we mentioned who the artists are, mentioned some historic fact about the artists. Because commercial radio, they don't have an opportunity to say anything about an artist, I mean, as soon as the music stops, they go right into commercial. We'd find the record that was going to be. He didn't have to, give us a single and say this is the one you're going to play. He had much more respect for what we do. But on the other companies, sometimes I go to Sony Records, everything. Oh, this is the one we're promoting. I don't care what you're promoting. You're not paying me. You give me the CD and I'll play it. But I'll find what to play.
Con todos los otros géneros, I mean, I see some great dynamism in it. Yeah. Well, chévere, man. Yeah. Pablo, I thank you.
There were also, I mean, there were Muslims that were brought over, slaves. There were, the Africans from, sub-Saharan, but not from the forest.
I'm a drummer, I'm a rumbero.
I watch, man. I observe. I'm an observer, I watch it. That was my favorite guy in the comic book.
How the influence, the Cuban influence, and how the whole music moves toward a central space, because all of the folkloric, all of the Africanized folkloric music, the rhythmic folklore, all go toward that space that where salsa resides, Because you can feel it. Some of that stuff you can dance almost like a mambo and stuff. You don't have to do any folkloric special dance. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very modernized. And he was saying a lot of it comes from the fact that the old Colombian cumbia bands were very related to they used certain devices that were similar to all the old Cuban music and
I'm on like popcorn, man. It was just too much. All of a sudden, the jam is working, man. Getting transcendental. The 6/8/4/4 you can't tell no more. It's so deep. All of a sudden, boom!
I have Afro-Cuban All-Stars. They are coming with a 14-piece group. It is a monster aggregation. The fifth caller at 632-6901. Pair of tickets to see the Afro-Cuban All-Stars in concert to the Center for the Performing Arts
over at CW Post in Nassau County. And we'll give out the tickets in a little while as soon as we go back on air. We just listened to some Juan de Marcos and the Afro-Cuban All-Stars.
WUSB, Stony Brook.
Who would make sure that all of us from non-commercial air were in the middle of the mix, because we had more of a commitment to this music than any commercial station could have, you know, because they were really about a buck. You know, and that's understandable, you know, it's capitalist, you know, economy. That's where we are.
From the Florida Packing Man. He just loves shocking people. He shocks the hell out of me all the time.
The philosophy is throw down. The mission is to move this music forward, Afro-Antillean, you know, and just, you know, and anything related in any way, whether it be musically or philosophically, you know, historically, whatever, you know, spiritually, whatever is related. Whatever, you know, and the history of the music is just another portion of history. That's in there. You know, that's going into the, you know, I got my drum. The history of race can go deeper and deeper and deeper, and there's a grand expansion, you know.
Is a veritable.
But talk about reggaeton.
I want to say hello to. Mucho cariño siempre de parte del Felepito. Cariño de vicio. Okay. Happy birthday, Atticus.
You know, languages change as people move from one place to another. You know, the racial compositions, people come together, people come apart. You know, musics are the same. Musics are the consequence of all of those cultural, you know, miscegenations, cultural mixings and separations, the whole thing.
Initially, you know, commercial radio wasn't playing a lot of songs. They were playing pop, they'd play a tune or two, you know, from one of the...
A la Bambanera de Oriente, que está en pueblo céntrico en estos días. Miriam, what's happening?
The last 10 years I've been saying I'm retiring.
Mucho cariño, parte de la onda.
I wouldn't want anybody dictating my, you know, my playlist. You know, tell me what I gotta play. If you love music that much, go ahead. There's no better thing than to go in there and let them listen to what you think is, you know, is good music. You know, they'll let you know if they disagree, and they'll let you know if they agree.
En Catalina me encontré monas pensando, la voz de aquel que pregonaba así, salsa.